Ever pondered how organizations bounce back from a severe cybersecurity incident? In our hyper-connected world, the unseen threat of cyber attacks is growing at an unprecedented rate. Cybersecurity incidents are no longer an if, but a when. And when they strike, they can bring even the most advanced organizations to their knees. The reality is that cybersecurity incidents are not just a technological problem, but a business one too. They have the power to disrupt operations, cripple finances, and tarnish an organization's hard-earned reputation. Without a robust incident response strategy in place, the fallout can be catastrophic. Imagine a large corporation, its network sprawling across continents, suddenly finding itself under a sophisticated cyber attack. It's not just about the immediate financial loss, which can run into millions, if not billions. It's also about the long-term damage to the brand, the trust that is broken and that takes years, sometimes decades, to rebuild. Consider the legal consequences too. In many jurisdictions, companies are required by law to protect customer data. A breach could lead to hefty fines, lawsuits, or even criminal charges. The importance of a proper response plan cannot be overstated. But what does a robust incident response strategy look like? It's a comprehensive plan that is not just about responding to the incident, but also about recovering from it. It's about identifying the threat, containing it, eradicating it, and then learning from it to prevent future attacks. It's about resilience and the ability to bounce back stronger. Let's not forget, the unseen threat is always evolving, always adapting. Yesterday's security measures might not hold up against tomorrow's sophisticated attacks. That's why a robust incident response strategy needs to be adaptive too, always evolving, always ready. The unseen threat is real. The potential impacts are severe. But with a robust incident response strategy, organizations can weather the storm and emerge stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Let's delve into a case study that illustrates the importance of incident response and recovery. Consider a large financial institution, which we'll call Bank X, that fell victim to a major cyber attack. Bank X, like many other major corporations, thought it was well prepared against such threats. But as we'll soon discover, being prepared and being resilient are two very different things. The attack was swift and destructive. It began on a Tuesday morning when the bank's servers were flooded with malicious traffic, effectively paralyzing its online operations. This was not just a simple denial of service attack. It was a meticulously planned and executed assault designed to cripple the institution and sow chaos. As the attack unfolded, the bank's IT department scrambled to respond, but without a well-defined incident response plan, their efforts were akin to trying to put out a forest fire with a water pistol. Panic set in as the bank's systems began to fail. Customers were unable to access their accounts, transactions were halted, and the bank's reputation was on the line. The cyber attack was not just a technical issue, it was a business disaster. Every minute that passed equated to lost revenue, strained relationships with customers, and a tarnished reputation. The lack of incident response preparedness turned a manageable situation into a full-blown crisis. The bank's leadership, initially confident in their cybersecurity measures, found themselves in a state of confusion and panic. The attack had not only breached their defenses, but it also exposed the inadequacies in their incident response strategy. The absence of a robust plan to counter such attacks had left them vulnerable and unprepared for the aftermath. The cost of this cyber attack to Bank X was monumental, not just in terms of financial loss, but also in the loss of customer trust and reputation, elements that are far more difficult to rebuild. Now imagine if Bank X had a robust response strategy in place. The scenario could have been different. The chaos and confusion that followed the attack could have been minimized, and the bank could have bounced back quickly, demonstrating its resilience in the face of adversity. A well-orchestrated incident response strategy could have changed Bank X's fate. Let's take a moment to unravel this statement. In the world of cybersecurity, an effective incident response strategy is akin to a well-rehearsed play, with every player knowing their role and executing it flawlessly. There are 6 key steps: preparation, identification, containment, eradication, recovery, and learning from the incident. Preparation is the first and most crucial step. It's about being ready for when, not if, an incident occurs. For Bank X, this would have meant having a dedicated incident response team and a plan in place, complete with protocols on how to classify and prioritize incidents. Next, identification. This is the act of detecting and acknowledging an incident. In Bank X's case, early detection could have minimized damage. Advanced threat intelligence and monitoring systems might have spotted unusual activity before it escalated into a full-blown breach. The third step is containment, the goal of which is to limit the scope and severity of the incident. For Bank X, a quick containment strategy could have involved isolating affected systems or networks to prevent further spread of the breach. Eradication follows containment. It's the process of eliminating the root cause of the incident. If Bank X had swiftly pinpointed the cause, they could have removed the threat, ensuring it couldn't strike again. The fifth step is recovery, which involves restoring systems or data from clean backups, testing for functionality, and gradually returning to normal operations. Bank X's recovery could have been expedited with regular backup and restore tests. Lastly, learning from the incident can turn a negative situation into a positive one. Bank X could have used the incident as a learning opportunity, improving their response strategy for any future threats. Each of these steps, if followed diligently, could have helped Bank X navigate their cyber crisis more effectively, minimizing damage and speeding up recovery. But remember, a robust response strategy is not an option, it's a necessity. So what can we learn from Bank X's experience? Understanding and managing the unseen threats and phantom menaces in cybersecurity is vital. But the real test lies in how we respond and recover. Firstly, having a robust incident response strategy is not optional. It's a crucial element of any cybersecurity framework. When an incident occurs, time is of the essence. A well-prepared response strategy can help mitigate the impact of the incident, reducing both financial and reputational damage. Secondly, recovery is just as important as response. It's not enough to respond to the incident. Organizations must also have a recovery blueprint in place. This includes restoring systems to their normal functions, retrieving lost data, and learning from the incident to prevent future occurrences. Finally, it's essential to keep in mind that cybersecurity isn't just about preventing attacks. It's about being prepared to respond and recover efficiently when they do occur. Remember, in the realm of cybersecurity, a good defense also involves being prepared to respond and recover efficiently.